Hello and welcome to Resync, an Assassin's Creed podcast. I'm your host, Landon, joined as always by my lovely co-host, Lucas. How you doing, Lucas?
I'm doing good. How about you?
I'm doing pretty well. I'm a little tired. There's a big festival going on right now in a respective town, and so I went with my family this morning, and I meant to pick up an energy drink on the way over here, but I didn't, and I got like an hour and a half of sleep beforehand. I mean, it shouldn't come as any surprise to any longtime listeners of the show that I'm fucking tired, as I always am. I never get enough sleep. One of these days, I'll get a full night's rest. I couldn't actually tell you the last time I got a full night's sleep, but oh well.
One of these days.
One fucking day, I might get a decent amount of sleep. But we're here, and we're excited to talk about a fairly quick sequence in Assassin's Creed Brotherhood. It didn't feel that long because the both of us, we were talking before we got started here. The both of us spent a lot of time doing just extra stuff. Whether like I did a bunch of side missions, he did a bunch of fucking around.
I fucked around, got some border towers. I got a decent amount. Got some more assassins, leveled them up. I bought a bunch of buildings this time.
Right.
But it's just time consuming. I'm surprised how time consuming that stuff is.
Also, have you got the crossbow yet?
No, I have not.
Fucking game changer. Because you can stealth like kill people with like like oftentimes you like throw with the knife. One, it doesn't kill them, and two, like it just automatically like makes you detected like with the throwing knives. They're basically fucking useless in this game, but the fucking crossbow insta kills anyone, and as long as you don't do it like in like complete view, like it'll leave you like you're still not detected. It's fucking awesome. It's a fucking game changer. I cannot believe it. I waited this long to get this fucking crossbow.
Yeah, I'm going to have to invest.
Yeah, it's fucking sick. Because I had a bunch of money left out, like going into the sequence. Because usually, like, I've kind of gotten a good flow going where at the start of the sequence I will hit, because it usually spits you out outside of the bureau where you're right by like all the shops, like fucking the blacksmith.
Yeah, I know you're talking
all
about.
That stuff. So I usually just hit those, and that's the time like I upgrade all my equipment. Hit the blacksmith first. Anything else I just throw into like either the tailor or the art shop or whatever. But and then like the rest of the game, any money I make is spent towards like renovations and like little things like that. But now I'm like in the areas that I'm going to, I'm running out of things to renovate. And so I'm not really spending that much time on it. And then I'm constantly sending assassins out on contracts. So I'm starting to get like a fairly good amount of cash because I'm making like, I want to say I'm up to like 6,200 florins an hour or every 20 minutes. Pretty fucking nice.
3,000 or something around there.
Yeah. I'm rolling in it. I haven't gotten any of the like landmarks yet because those things are super expensive. At one point I had enough to get one, but I didn't because there was a bunch of other stuff I could have spent it on. But
I wonder how much like value it would have added.
I'm sure a fuck ton. And that's what I think too. Like that's why I'm trying to do a fair bit of prioritization towards renovations, because I'm just you gotta spend money to make money. So like if I see a place and I can afford it, I do it. But it's just kind of like a lot of times, if you've been listening for a while, you'll know I like to play games as like I'll experience what I can like see on the minimap like nearby, because I feel like that's more of like a authentic role-playing experience. Like it wouldn't make sense for Ezio to just go back forth like all over the fucking map. Like it would make sense to like he's walking by and he sees like a courtesan needs help or whatever and like helps her out. Don't always stick to that because sometimes I'm rushing around. I need to like get through the story or whatever. But like in general, that's how I like to play. It feels more organic to me. But so I was doing a lot of side stuff because there's just a fuck ton of side stuff. But yeah, I'm having a lot of fun. How did you feel about this sequence overall? Got any other like noteworthy, I guess, observations?
Not really. Like this sequence is kind of pretty straightforward. It felt like pretty faithful to like just the Assassin's Creed formula. Like, hey, there's a target.
Right.
or do some missions, and then you're gonna kill that target. Like missions to like help you figure out how to kill that target, I guess. Which is like kind of like the OG formula,
Right.
which is kind of fun, like But it was a pretty short sequence, and the sex party was interesting to me.
Sex party. I also like how the fucking Pope is at the sex party.
Yeah, I saw that. I was like, what is he doing here?
Like it is historically accurate that Pope Rodrigo Borgia went to orgies. Assassin's Creed said it. Which that was another thing I'm doing. So I think I've done 4 or 5 clusters of the truth, like the puzzle things that Subject 16 left.
Okay.
So yeah, I've done like 5 of them now, and they have some fucking crazy shit in them, like insinuations that like certain people were like murdered by the Templars or influenced by Templars and all that stuff. Like Ubisoft was treading on some thin ground. Like if they did that shit today, Trump would definitely have them assassinated. But that's just an observation on my part. They'd be saying some close to the line shit in those things, making some interesting assumptions. But it's all fake. It's all fake. Abstergo's not real. It's not like they're a real organization that's doing anything right now.
Yeah.
Or have any like government presence or anything.
Yeah, all the corporations are good people, or good corporations.
Capitalism is great. No issues whatsoever. Anyways,
Escape from Debt.
Escape from Debt.
That's the first.
Oh, the
mission.
title of the first mission?
Yeah, I was just because we were talking about money. I was just
right.
oh
yeah. Yeah, you guys should pay attention to. Take some notes here. All you have to do is befriend an assassin, and you don't have to worry about your debt anymore.
Yeah.
Just, be friends with a hitman. That's all you have to do. Anyway, before we get into like the meat and potatoes of it all, I've got last week's trivia question for you guys. So last week I asked you, what is the 100% sync requirement for the mission where you head to one of the locations Leonardo marked and kill the Templar Overseer to recover a map showing the location of one of Leonardo's war machines? What's the 100% sync requirement? You use the mercenaries to fight. So like that mission itself is like super short, like fucking all you do is basically just like walk up the hill and kill the guy.
Yeah, I didn't read the 100% sync thing, so I just like went up there and killed him, and it was like 100% failed. I was like, what? Oh, whoops.
Well, it's also just like super in your face because like the mercenaries are like right in front of you.
Yeah.
Like when you accept the missions, they're like right there.
Yeah.
Like, hey, we can help if you want. It might help satisfy some desires of yours if you catch my drift. I'm like, but it was a fun way of like changing it up. I like it because doing it. I'm not gonna say, oh, I say it all the time about the whole like sync thing, because I do say it all the time now. But I like how it can help you switch up your playstyle, because I think it's very easy to fall into the same like, I want to assassinate someone like this way, and I'm just gonna go up behind him, stab him in the back, whatever. So like, as another example, killing the banker, this sequence, the 100% was to kill him utilizing a bench. And so it kind of made me like think more about the environment, and I think it helped enhance the experience, rather than if, I wouldn't have had that 100% sync, I just would have fucking ran up to him basically and just. So I like the way that it helps kind of diversify the gameplay by going for it. But yeah, that was trivia question for this week.
Makes you feel probably more like the master assassin.
It does. Because like we talked about last week, I do feel like the combat can feel pretty easy with that combo kill counter. So I think doing challenges like these kind of help diversify it, really give it different sorts of like challenge, like difficulty options, because there is no easy, normal, hard on this game. We don't get those until, is it Origins? I don't remember if Origins had it or not.
I honestly don't know.
But you didn't have difficulty options for the longest time, and so this way is like, it's not necessarily a different mode into itself, but hey, if you're looking for an extra challenge, here you go. Like we talked about the 100% sync, the virtual training rooms, which I still have only barely touched. I just haven't had the free time to really dig into those things. That'll probably be something that I do while I'm gone on my away work trip. Probably just be grind some virtual training sessions. But there's like a lot of extra stuff that can add that extra challenge if you so desire. It, kind of like transcends the gap. I don't know if it's necessarily a good alternative to just making the combat a little more challenging in some ways. But again, I don't know if they meant for it to be a narrative aspect of the game, like showing that Ezio is a super powerful assassin, or if it's just kind of a cop out and they're like, oh yeah, totally, that's what it was. I feel like I would have enough goodwill in Ubisoft at this point in time to say it was the former. Because, Assassin's Creed 2 had fantastic combat. So, I don't... Like, why would they make it intentionally worse? You know what I mean?
Yeah, and it's not really necessarily worse. It's just easier.
Right. I don't know. I think... I've noticed that sometimes the combat just feels like I'm going through the motions because of it. Like...
Yeah,
I have more fun with creative stealth scenarios. But as soon as the combat starts, I'm just kind of like, all right, now I'm just going to fucking murder everyone and just... Like, I need some fucking Batman Arkham stun batons to,
Yeah,
throw some wrenches in there.
You kind of have, the spears, I guess. Like, those guys are kind of annoying to deal with.
That's fair that you need to, But then they tell you right at the start of the game, oh, just break their guard, and then you can fucking wallop on them.
Yeah.
It's just so it's like the thing is you have one person that's a little annoying, just kick them and then they're fine.
Yeah, and then they can still get caught up in the kill combo.
Yep. I don't know, but anyway, a little tangent aside, I might be overthinking it. It's just something I've been especially thinking about over the last week or two as I've been playing. I'm just like, it's a little monotonous, I guess. I don't know. Maybe I might be just being too harsh on it. Like I said, I love this game. I don't like having negative thoughts about it. It hurts my soul. But, it's something to bring up. Anyway, so yes, this first mission, Ezio visits the courtesans to learn more about the banker, but Claudia is not too thrilled to talk to him, pretty short with him. And it's basically like, it's setting up, there's this guy who has dealings with the banker. Go fucking talk to him. Get the fuck out of my face, bitch. And just basically kind of shoos him away and, points him in the direction of Senator Egidio Troce on the Campidoglio.
No, yeah, because I usually write down I'll speak the intro to
right.
My phone to type it out, so I don't have to type out all that nonsense.
Mm-hmm.
And I just gave up on that one because I was like, fuck that guy's name.
Yeah, fucking something. He's something special. He's the senator, is who he is.
That's what I called him. I called him the senator in my notes.
Yep.
I was like, I'm not even going for that.
But yeah, we're trying to ascertain the banker's location, because remember, at the end of last sequence, the assassins gathered together and kind of talked about different ways to strike at Caesar. The banker is Caesar's money. He's who, he's his accountant, essentially. And so you take away his money, you take away his army. And so, you go and then track this banker, and when the senator. And when you find him, the Borgia are beating the shit out of him because he owes them a bunch of money. And so you gotta save him, gotta rescue him, kill him, and then fucking. Yeah.
And then the guy likes you a lot.
He does. He's like, oh my god, an actual good person. That's so crazy. And he's like, we gotta get you to safety. And he was like, okay. And then you start talking to him, and he's basically like, yeah, I'm kind of a degenerate gambler who doesn't really do a whole lot, but hey, I swear I'll turn it around when I get this money. Trust. Bro's like a classic gambler.
He'll totally turn it around.
Just trust. You're always one step away from your next big hit. And so, bro's got, a little morally gray compass, but a fairly decent enough guy as you're fucking leading him through the streets, which the 100% sync for that was so fucking annoying because you can't get detected while escorting him. And so it was such a pain in the ass. That was another thing where the assassins came in clutch.
Did you just take the rooftops?
No, he can't follow you on the rooftop. You have to go through the streets. So I was literally fucking juking.
That part. I know what part you're talking about because you have to protect him, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that would have been nonsense.
It was something. I didn't I think no, I don't think I ever had to restart. But there was one time they started attacking him, but I didn't get detected. So all I did was just have my assassins just kill everyone. Because it doesn't matter if they get detected. It only matters if I do.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, have at them. So the assassins started coming in clutch this sequence for me, like multiple times, honestly. They got me out of some sticky situations. Any like sort of like 100% sync requirement where being detected was, like a fail option. I just like, if I was anywhere near a bind, I'd just send an assassin, just be like, kill that guy. Like get him out of my face.
This is what they're for, and it's nice.
Yeah. As they were coming in clutch. Shout out to my boys and girls in the white.
The Brotherhood.
Yeah, they were killing it. Though I would like to report, I mentioned this to Lucas for the podcast, that we have 2 fallen brothers and sisters on my end of things. I sent them on a mission they did not return from. Because they're little bitches and can't make it through a 75% chance of victory. 3 out of 4 would have made it, but I was the unlucky 4th. I lost 2 assassins. I immediately backfilled them. Like, we're straight up like a fucking Walmart in this bitch. Couldn't care less. Have fun with that lower pay, bitches. We're still rocking and rolling.
It's sad. Always sad to lose a brother.
The show must go on. And then now I'm at, I want to say my top ranked assassin is rank 5 now. And I don't know if there's 10 ranks total or what. I don't remember. But I got one at rank 5. And I think one at 4.
My highest is 4. And for some reason, I don't know why, but my brain wants to say 8 is the highest level. So we'll see if that's true.
It might be, because aren't there only 4? There's either 4 or 5 bars per like the armor and the weapons.
Oh yeah.
So it's got to be either 8 or 10. But yeah, so I did lose some soldiers, and that was sad. But the show must go on. We did the best we could, and we soldiered on.
Yeah.
But where were we at next? So once you escort him essentially to his brother's place, who he's like, I haven't spoken to this man in years. Hopefully he doesn't hate me. All kinds of shit. Bro's just a kind of a mess. Again, not really a bad dude, just a mess.
Yeah.
And
he just likes to live life to the fullest.
To the fullest, something like that. But, he agrees. He's like, I'll pay your debt, if like that gives me a chance to see the banker. And he's like, fucking say less. Like, you're my fucking hero, dude. And so you give him the money, and he's like, where's the banker? And he's like, I don't know. Like, we meet in locations, and then they take me to him, and yada, yada, yada. And I was like, all right, cool. I guess we're tailing this guy then.
We'll just figure it out then.
Yeah. And so, you give him the money. They meet at this spot where, there's all these people, essentially. He's like, all right, follow us. And you have to tail the senator as he goes winding through the streets.
And then he gives the box to somebody else that you have to follow.
Yeah, literally. Then he gives the box to somebody else at least you don't have to do any actual tailing. Like, you just need to go in through the roof of the Pantheon.
Yeah. Which I thought was kind of fun to, like, go down it this time, because, like, the first time you do it in Assassin's Creed 2, you're going up it.
Right.
They get the waypoint.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. It was a lot of fun. And getting rid of that chest carrier, which does bring me to this week's trivia question, which is, what's the name of this real chest carrier? Because once you kill him, you take his identity and use it to find your way over to the banker. But what is the name of this valiant soldier who died fighting for his cause? Let me know down in the comments below.
Which are you wearing like an outfit, or are you wearing like the...
I am wearing an outfit. Like
okay.
He didn't I was wearing like the whatever the something.
I'm still wearing
Soldiers
the
of Romulus outfit.
Yeah, I'm wearing the Altair one, but I
did not
laughing.
Change at all.
Yeah, I was laughing. I was like, I was so confused because when you're like as disguised as the courier or the box carrier, like I was like, what do you mean? I look just like Ezio. I was so confused at first. I was like, oh, it's by my outfit.
Literally. No, I was like this. I keep forgetting about it because I thought I'm like, okay, at some point I should just swap this out. I think this next time might be the time. I think this next time is the time I finally swap the outfit, because it's like, fucking like it's fun for a little while to look like really cool, but then I'm like, I feel like I'm missing out on like the progression of like getting new armor pieces and things like that because I'm just wearing a skin.
Well, and I was like genuinely like confused on what was happening in that cutscene for a second. Like I had to like figure that out, which is kind of annoying.
No, that's fair. See, I remembered I had the outfit on, but I was like, would have been interesting to see what he actually looked like, but oh well.
I mean, probably just like the dude. Well,
yeah, but like, you think they went as far as to put like Ezio's character model under the helmet?
Probably.
I think they did in Assassin's Creed 2.
Yeah.
Which is exactly what I thought about. I'm like, they're just reusing the same mission from Assassin's Creed 2.
Probably, yeah. It's because it's the same outfit.
Like, literally, you fucking impersonate a guard to take a chest to your target who you want to kill. You do the exact same fucking thing. Like, it'd be one thing if they referenced it, be like, talk to the banker about something. He's like, what's your plan? He's like, well, I have a little something that has worked in the past. Or something, like just a little cheeky reference. Now it just feels like you're being lazy. But, still. Interesting callback, even if they were just kind of trying to cut corners a little bit there. It was a good time. But there is a slight variation in that you are like the leader, and so you're supposed to lead the way, even though you have no fucking idea where you're going, so you have to fucking...
I actually thought this mission was very interesting. Like... Right?
Like, I don't think this man knows where he's going.
Yeah, the suspicion meter was cracking me up.
Right? Also, it's just like, we will get there very soon. Oh, this is the right way.
Yeah.
This is the right way.
We're on the right path now.
We're on the right path now. Had me fucking dead.
I know, he just kept saying it. I was like, well, thanks for like letting me know where to go, but...
Literally. And then like, fucking 100% sync had me fucked up. I had to do it like three different times.
Yeah, they had to do it in 3 minutes. I figured you just would have like saw on the map kind of where you had to go the first time.
Right.
And then just like put a waypoint there.
That's fair. I was trying to not cheat though, or like take any shortcuts. I was just trying to remember, and I did. Like I never accidentally went the wrong way. Like in subsequent tries, I was just like, go straight. My fault was that I didn't realize you could like speed up, like press down the triggers to actually speed up while you're going. I just assumed that would make them suspicious. But no, you can fucking book it. So that's what I just fucking did.
I didn't know that either. I literally walked that whole fucking thing. I literally like had the 3 minute mark. I was like, how the fuck are you supposed to fucking like beat that? But
you can't free run, but you can.
Yeah, you can kind of like jog thing. Yeah. For some reason, I didn't even try that.
Well, I just assumed they'd get suspicious if I did that. But they didn't give a fuck.
I think that's what was in my head. It was like, I probably can't run because it won't like follow me.
They're like shouting from 50 yards away, this is the right path. Like, I'm just leaving them in the dust. Like, I got places to be. But then it like glitched out and I was like sweating because I was like, oh no. Because I got to the bridge like way before them and they had to catch up. And when they did, it still wouldn't do anything and it wouldn't let me move forward. And I had to like fucking like make Ezio have like a seizure, like fucking twisting the fucking analog stick everywhere so that he would get like unstuck and like continue to move forward. But I was like, if I don't get this because of this, I'm gonna be so pissed.
That would have been annoying. I've been super annoying.
But yeah, made it over. You know, you're walking over to meet with the bunker or banker. I keep wanting to think bunker.
The bunker.
Well, I just see B and Kerr. Just gotta, you know. How many bankers do you know? How many bunkers do you know? We live in bunker times, man.
Okay.
But you're meeting up with this big ass guard who lets you in, but like basically right after that, somebody comes rushing up being like, yo, the real chest carrier is dead. And they're like, what? But we just let him in. Be like, no. And so, you know, they find out pretty quickly, but not before they already let an assassin into an orgy.
Yeah, you're already in. It's too late.
There's a different kind of hidden blade coming this time.
Yeah, there's a lot of them actually.
Lots of hidden blades. Straight penetrating dog. But anyway, you know, get into the banker and, you know, essentially follows the money to try to get to figure out where he's at. But you find him pretty quickly, but then he's like, oh, I gotta go off because you know, my family's making an address, because he reveals himself to be, was it Juan Borgia?
Yeah, which I also like. I hate the way this guy looks. It's like Jabba the Hutt or something.
Oh, literally. He reminds me of the fucking the like Sultan looking guy in the first Assassin's Creed. You remember who I'm talking about?
Oh,
that like poisons the wine.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it reminds me of him. And I feel like they had a similar character in Assassin's Creed 2. Like they really just like to make very exploitative, like overweight villains, like side villains in all their games.
Which, fair.
They gotta show the sins of
the gluttony.
Yeah. And so, like I said, there's like just what?
Look at the middle of our screen.
Oh, Batman.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Well, you know, we gotta advertise the other podcast.
It's there. Yeah, we're doing Batman, so you should watch that.
Yeah. Fun fact: we also do Gotham Radio, an Arkham, a Batman Arkham podcast, where we do this exact same thing, but for Batman Arkham. If you haven't paid attention, you know, you should also like watch and listen to that, because it's really fun, and we're playing Arkham Asylum.
And it's Batman.
Batman. But yeah, we were like setting up the bat signal for our other one, because, you know, we use that. But we also wanted to make sure it was like in shot. But then we never actually took it out. So
Whoops.
Just now realizing that 27 minutes in. But, you know, we've done worse things, you know, like it's not our biggest screw up that we've had on this podcast. And I'm sure it won't be the last one, you know?
Yeah. Enjoy our bat signal.
Anyway, there's a full-on orgy going on, and the fucking Pope and Cesare are there, because Cesare is like, you know, he's all talking about fucking, oh, we're conquering Italia, like we're gonna celebrate a unified Italia and all this stuff. And Rodrigo's like, hey, we didn't really talk about all that, like conquering Italia, like doing all that stuff. And he's like, don't fucking worry about it. I got the fucking army. You don't got shit. You're just a guy in a big white dress. Fuck off. Like, Dad.
Straight up like Fire Lord energy.
Literally. And so they dip. They go into this big building. And I'm surprised like Ezio didn't, like, there's that sort of like attempt to try to like, you know, take them on. There's just like, I don't really give a shit about those people. Granted, you know, they did make a point of being like, you won't be able to take on Cesare alone. But this feels like a pretty easy way to take him
that's
on
kind of
alone.
what I was like even when I saw him, I was like, oh, are we also going to get Cesare here? I was like, there's no way he's like kind of the main villain. But
listen, can't make the game that short, all right, you know. But so you know, you're trailing this banker, and you get to assassinate him without being detected, which, I mean, fucking, I felt like you were kind of at the mercy of the AI a little bit. Like, it felt like sometimes the crowds just like would react in really annoying ways and make it really hard to like stay undetected.
For me, like I just kind of like I feel like they had a path laid out. Like one of the AI guys like climbs over like up to a balcony,
Mhm.
and then I followed him, and then like it kind of like looped me around right behind him, like, and then there's just kind of like crowds of people like the whole way that he walked.
Okay.
Like they were just kind of sitting there, like they weren't moving, they were just like talking,
Right.
and he kind of eventually stopped at that bench.
Okay, that's fair. And I mean, for the most part, it felt fairly laid out, like with like courtesans and different crowds to blend in with. But there were like a couple cracks that I ran into that I was just like, I had like some close calls and did some kind of essentially like zigzags around to figure it out. But I eventually got to a bench. I got super impatient by the time I came, like I got to him. So I literally like saw the route he was taking, just like fucking sprinted towards the nearest bench, almost got detected, and then sat down and was just like, all right, come here.
No.
But I got his ass.
Yeah, I didn't realize that it was killing from a bench, so I just kind of like walked up behind him and I like double assassinated because he had his like bodyguards like brah.
Hell yeah. Another one bites the dust.
Yeah, requiescing.
But like, bro regrets nothing. He's literally over here just like, I had a good ass life.
Yeah, he's like, I got
bitches on my dick.
I got to have a bunch of money. I got to be in charge of the money.
Literally,
life was fine.
like, I got money. I got bitches. I don't give a fuck about you.
Yeah, you see how fat I am? I also eat good.
Like, I'm eating good. I know you see that shit. And my belly ain't the only place where I'm packing. Ah ha ha, and then just dies. But yeah, bro was like as close to a frat boy as you could get in the in the Renaissance. But like, I feel like he was that type of like frat boy that he got picked on when he was like in the frat. Like he was the frat plaything, and then he grew up to just be an absolute menace to society because of it.
I mean, that checks out. That checks out for sure.
Like he was in like fucking Camp Jupiter, and all of the other Romans hated him, and so he was like, man, fuck you guys. I'm gonna make money and have orgies all the time, and you guys aren't invited. And he did it, and I'm proud of him. I'm proud of the banker. He overcame adversity.
Now he's dead.
And now he's dead, but he lived a full life, allegedly, according to him at least. But heading back to the Rose, the courtesans tell Ezio that they were followed, and the Borgia were after Maria and Claudia. So Ezio's like, oh shit, goes bursting in, and then finds like a pile of dead bodies, and Claudia holding a knife.
Yeah, and Claudia's apparently a badass, which that's cool to know.
Yeah. I mean, glad she wasn't just hitting the books all this time.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess he was like genuinely impressed.
Yeah, he's like, holy shit, sis.
Right. And so, they finally like kind of have a little moment there. And of course, Mama Maria comes out. She's watching the whole thing. She's like, thank God you two idiots have stopped fighting.
Yeah.
So she's happy. Yeah. Everybody's together. And that's the end of the sequence.
Happy ending for the sequence.
Yeah. That's literally it. I mean, there's not really a whole lot here. Like I said, I had a little bit more because like I said, I did another War Machine mission. I did some more of the Scholar missions, and then I did a Courtesan mission as well. So I was doing some side stuff, trying to collect what I could along the way. But overall, just really having a blast with the game.
Oh yeah, I gotta do less like dicking around because I have too much fun just like running around, killing people, doing like just the random like kind of things that you find while you're playing, and I end up not doing anything.
Right? No, you really can't. Like even not doing the side missions, there's still plenty of stuff to do. Between just like getting into random shit, sending the assassins out on contracts, like it's a fucking mini management sim. Like doing the renovations and then sending out the assassins. You've got to manage them up, customize them to your liking. Just explore, like fuck around, get some Borgia towers so you can get more assassins and just like feel like you're conquering Rome. Like it's a whole fucking quest in itself that you can just spend forever dicking around in.
Yeah, a lot.
It's a
It
fun
was
time.
fun.
It's
a
the
good
makings
time.
of a good game. Like I said, like the best games are those games where, you know, there's a story element to it and there's a progression, but you get sidetracked and you just have fun doing no real mission at all and just having fun in that open world. That is the mark of a truly good open world, something that you can just
for
get
sure.
lost in.
Yeah, absolutely. That's why this game is peak, because I can still get lost in it.
Literally, fucking how many years later?
Yeah, more than a decade.
15?
Yeah.
Yeah, shit. Oh yeah, the 15th anniversary of this game's coming up actually.
Oh, that's right.
I want to say it's like a month and a half away. I want to say it was like early November when this game came out. So, happy 15th very soon, Brotherhood.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, no, I'm loving this game. Like I said, I've thrown some shots at the combat that I think are valid, but otherwise this game really holds up in a lot of ways. It's such a just subtle but noticeable improvement over the last game. Considering its development cycle, it's just such an achievement.
Oh yeah.
And just so good. Like I said, there's not a lot home to write about. No, it's not a lot to write home about this episode, this sequence, but still a lot of fun. I think the side stuff really helps bring this game up to another notch because it is like shorter, you know, compared to the second. And so kind of filling out the world and making it feel more alive is a nice way to sort of bring the bar up to a new standard in this iteration. And just to such a success. Just fucking love this game.
Oh yeah.
But otherwise, I mean, I don't really have too much else left to say.
Mm-mm.
Like, I didn't expect this episode to be too long because, again, this was a pretty short sequence. It was 5 missions that flowed pretty seamlessly
Yeah,
together.
it was all like one mission basically.
Yeah, because I mean, the entire sequence is Ezio finds the banker, kills him.
Yeah.
That's you know, dumb it down. That's it. And so, curious to see. I'm curious if the Baron is. I don't remember the name of Lucrezia's side piece. If that's the Baron, or if we're doing the French captain that's been holding up Bartolomeo.
Oh yeah.
I'm curious, but I saw that that's the name of this next sequence. But I imagine these next 3 sequences are going to be all that. Like it's going to be, you know, next we'll take on this Baron guy, and then it's the last one, and then what did that put us at? We're at 5, 6, 7. We'll have 2 sequences left. So, fucking maybe Rodrigo and then Caesar. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like I said, the game has kind of abandoned the like assassination per sequence structure, but it's kind of fallen back into that now, where it's like all about like chasing after a target. How long it'll follow that method, I don't know, but curious to see where it goes. Where we cross the halfway mark.
Heck
with this
yeah.
game.
Heck yeah.
Hell yeah. So we're over halfway through, and it won't be too much longer before we wrap this up and get on to Assassin's Creed Revelations. So, which I'm like, not to get too far ahead of ourselves here, but I'm actually kind of really excited to play Revelations because I have not touched Revelations in any way, shape, or form since like 2013, maybe.
Oh yeah, that'll be a good time.
Yeah, because like I said, I played a
Basically
little bit of
playing for the first time again.
right? Yeah, I played a little bit of it not that long ago, or the Brotherhood, and then like I said, 2 before that. I've replayed Assassin's Creed 1 countless times, but Revelations has been forever, and I think it's that Revelations is like the worst of all of them so far, but there's still a lot to love about it. I still think it's a great game at the end of the day.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I do think it's where some flaws start showing of the franchise that just kind of continue to get more noticeable the more the further we go. But overall, just like I'm super excited to jump back into that and see some like Altair and Constantinople.
Yeah, for sure.
All kinds of cool shit. But do you have any final thoughts, concerns before we get out of here?
I do not. I do not.
Well, like I said, remember to answer this week's trivia question down in the comments below. What is the real name of the chest carrier? Like the real chest carrier. Let us know. And we will see you guys next week. Remember, we got one more week. We're also going to have Bonus Plus next week, so be on the lookout for that. Again, patreon.com/resync podcast for all of your exclusive needs. Access episodes a day early. Check out some Bonus Plus episodes for even more Assassin's Creed related goodies.
Heck yeah.
And also check out Gotham Radio. Like I said, we've already plugged it once. We'll plug it some more. We're, making our way through Arkham Asylum. Kind of keeping pace. We'll finish Arkham Asylum before we finish Brotherhood. But, they're fairly similar in game length. And so we're kind of making pace about the same time as we are with Brotherhood. It's been really fun to, dive back into that game because I think both are on a very similar level of excellence. And so it's kind of fun to double dip every week into some really good old games.
Get some good nostalgia.
Right. Having a lot of fun there. But yeah, check that out if you haven't already. We've got one more episode before I have to go on my work trip. So we'll be back next week. But like I said, we'll go out with a bang. We got all 3 episodes. Resync, Gotham Radio, Bonus Plus Resync. It's going to be fun before I dip out for a month. But appreciate you guys. And remember, nothing is true.
Everything is permitted.
Arrivederci.